out. Leo, what's happening here? Why aren't we seeing Kaja prioritized by any of the teams?
Well, Blacklist International, I don't know them to be very specifically Kaja players or Kaja team, even back then in their days as EVOS. But Sunsparks, Sunsparks, they once had Fusaken, one of the better Kaja players in the game. But now he's with Mpl Ph. Here today, I can only really see maybe Raflesia picking up Kaja. So with that being said, maybe it's again that kind of matchup where in both teams it's not their best, it's not their favorite weapon, it's not their favorite side of the tape. So with that being said, maybe just maybe we won't see the flying menace.
How about you, Cyrus? Now that there's a different approach for both teams, particularly Blacklist, do you think Sunsparks will go back to their winning strategy? Like, for example, this Kufra, the championship Kufra. Yeah, what do you think? So far?
Yeah, of course that's a comfort pick, but then we saw how Sunsparks play a different pool, but the technicalities are there. So right now, I believe that any heroes that they're going to play, as long as they got the good grasp of how well right now the Avarice, the Mystery Shop, those kinds of things are being pulled off right now. Sunspark is the team who got the better understanding of what's happening right now. So, in terms of hero pool, I think they might go for their comfort picks, or there's something that they might try and opt for the technicalities once again.
Now, we're gonna look at the development of the draft. It's gonna be Jawhead and Esmeralda for Blacklist International. Alright, I'm gonna look back. Alright, so they did pick up the Esmeralda previously. And also, I would like to point your eyes into the names of the players who are playing right now. I think Dexstar is no longer sits out game 2, and it's gonna be Honda Beast in. Does this mean that we're gonna see the Grok picked up? Are we gonna see something like Hylos, Atlas, or Akai picked from Blacklist International? We'll see. How about you, Leo? What do you think about this change from Blacklist International?
You're right. Second phase here, we're going into the ban and then the picks. Blacklist has a strong claim onto the Grok, so that might be coming up unless they ban it themselves. Sunsparks, I don't see them picking up a Grok anymore, so it's not high contention. But what I can say about Sunsparks, what I like about them is they're keeping their draft close to their chest. They don't want to invest in the cores if they don't need to, and this gives them a lot of space and room to counter and to help dictate the pace of the draft, even being in the blue side. You know what I mean? Because when you're in the red, that's when you can really counter. That's when you can really read it to your opponents. But Sunsparks, the way they're doing it is, we want to still set the pace, and we want to be the ones who have the final say, despite leaving the last pick to you.
Your team is
So gonna be picked by the Blacklist International squad along with the Ling. I think the Blacklist International also they play a very good Ling. I think it's Aqua who plays it, or the big killer actually. Sunsparks, their answer, they're considering the Granger, but I advise against this.
Remember,
I
this
don't know,
Ling and
Granger
Esmeralda.
Yeah, it's a Ling and
Even a
Esmeralda.
Cho.
I'd rather have something like a carry or maybe a Claude is bad, but yeah, they'll set up with a carry. Cyrus, any thoughts on the closing picks for Sunsparks, and how can Blacklist International answer this from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, if they're going for an Angela, I'm not sure if it might work, because you know how well Sunsparks is controlling all across the map. I think Grok is really good because of the early game, or they might go for a defensive Lolita, which is good as well. Anything right now, as long as it's tanky, as long as it can go with the Jawhead to do wonders. But I'm guessing that this is might be also just a damage for the Ling. Remember, Ling has been nerfed onto the early game, and Sunsparks,
Yeah.
with the showing on game one, they are excelling onto the early game. So Blacklist might go for a sustain on the early phases, but then Sunsparks with the technicalities or with their draft right now, I think they're going to handle this game.
Now, that being said, we just want to make. We just want you to clear out what your predictions are. Osiris and Leo, who do you think is gonna win? And very quickly, how are they gonna win it?
Yeah, I'll go with Sunsparks this time because I've seen that with the understanding of what's happening around, and also the bold decision making that they've been doing. You have the Kufra. I mean, most of the lineups right now from Sunsparks, this is one of their comfort picks. This is the championship Kufra. So I believe that they can control the early game, which is can transition into finishing the game as early.
Yes, but the lineup on Blacklist seems to really specifically hunt for for the carry or for the Farsa. There's very
Yeah.
little to stop the Cho, the
The
Johead,
Sentai.
and the Ling. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm scared. Sunsparks here might actually see themselves in trouble, but I'm risking my 100% here. I'm saying Sunsparks still.
Oh, all right.
Should be a unanimous decision, as I think Sunsparks draft is much easier, or at least the win conditions are more widely spread as compared to the Blacklist.
Yeah.
But now, let's pass it on to our casters. It's Seiya and Rockhart back at it once again.
Thank you very much there, Wolf, and the rest of the panel. I'm Rockhart, alongside me is Seiya. Let's go into game 2 here between Sunsparks and, of course, Blacklist International. Seiya, do you agree? Is it gonna be another 2-0 here?
Well, for a more well-rounded draft, I would go with the list. Sunsparks right here, since they still have the mid to late game potential with the help of that carry. So the win conditions for Sunsparks is more highly, to me, that's how. What I think, Blacklist can make some magic.
There's gonna be a big difference in playstyle, though. I mean, it's not. For me, it's not mostly about win condition, but right now, look at this. Farsa gonna be a bit of a danger here, Zone. But they will be able to make it out alive. Edward now is the one in trouble. JP going on the chase here. Blocked by Honda Beasts. Guardians bulwark. And everyone, except for Aqua, gonna be safe. Aqua, will he be able to go to the wall? Goes for the Finch Poise. Able to run for the walls. Okay.
Yes. With
That
a
was
little
close
pinch
for
of
both teams.
help. With a little pinch of help that he have right there. Good thing he has, he was able to go to the walls with the help of his kit in time before being picked off. But again, going back, that goes to show that Sus has their aggressive play.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Blacklist International's lineup. I saw it's all melee. So I was having my worries in the early game, but they're just showing that we don't care. We don't need a super range hero. We can just play it off until the late game, have a Ling, have an Esmeralda do the damage for us. There's also a very strong ability to just crowd control anyone who gets near them, right? So they don't need
Yes.
to rely on range, but maybe they can win throughout just pure brawling around the map.
Yes, but I think Sunspark's take on this will be more aggressive because they have that kind of range potential. But Ling, on the other hand, will be turning the tides around as he gets that double kill against Sunspark. So far, so good in terms of the kills. They will be having the upper hand. But looking here, John will be throwing away Kilowash to arrange the honorable. And it looks like the pickup.
Wow, killing spree already on that Ling. Can you believe it? The win conditions for Blacklist International are starting to slowly show themselves. Usually Ling should be super weak in the early game, but somehow, look at this. He's getting the kills that he needs. First, then the second, Honda B secures that, and a double clean up there. Blacklist International 4-0 so far against Sunsparks.
Yes, indeed. So far, that was good timing for Ling's kit to heavily abuse the lower HP people from Sunsparks. And going back right here, it looks like the members of Sunsparks are eyeing out the potential take of Blacklist National, but it's kind of risky because Ling already has the upper hand right here. And speaking of risky, looks like Zahed is on a throwing spree, really helping members of Blacklist International into getting those pickoffs one by one.
Oh, look at this. They're not even done. They want to go for another one. Lolita will barely miss with a Numenon Blast. That's going to be a big last insanity. And here comes Sunsparks. Wants to go in for the kill. Will be able to miss onto Lolita. Will that be a problem? Looks like it won't be. JP shuts down onto Aqua real quick. So just like that, I felt like Sunsparks kind of threw that game around. They're not done yet.
Oh. But they're not done indeed because the Farsa was too close for comfort. If it wasn't for Carry, really free hitting the Cho to get that pick off. And this is really good discipline for the side of Sunsparks. But then it's giving us.
Absolutely, man. Sunsparks versus Blacklist. This is becoming closer than I thought it would be because I thought, Sunsparks with the lineup that they have, they could probably take towers quite easily. But Blacklist is showing we are a killing machine. Everyone wants to get a kill. Everyone wants to get that crowd control in. Layer it after layer of stunts basically stops people from moving, allows for an easy target. But on the top lane, looks like that's proven wrong again as Kaluwash, with the help of the Farsa, Greed getting the kill and possibly a tower.
Yeah, definitely. And Sunsparks with the discipline of roaming around and just really taking those time and just wanting to control that map control. And it's pretty standard for Sunsparks to really just take their time because they know that in terms of damage output, Blacklist kind of in the upper hand, especially on the side of lane. But you know what? I think they will be going for that potential comeback. Falling Storm won't be one, but then here is the thing. There are a lot of invested skills already on the side of Blacklist. This is a good opportunity now for some Sunsparks to get a comeback, and that is what they will be doing. Will be pinning out there, goes for that pickoff, and go to the turtle take.
Now that's going to be a quite easy turtle here, I would say, for Sunsparks. Not to mention, we also have a split pusher on the bottom lane getting a lot of gold. So let's see if they will be able to secure. Looks like Blacklist will be able to defend at least a lot of pressure from the melee heroes here of Blacklist International.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what? No one was taking the turtle because of risk factors that arise during that early, attempt. But going back right here, it looks like Sunsparks of the area. And it looks like they really will be waiting for a potential pickoff first before they get the turtle.
Yeah, they really want to try to get that pick off as soon as possible, but that's not being given so far by Sunspark. The rest are now in the fight. Wow, that's huge! Tyrant's Rage takes out Aqua! No more amount of burst, but the rest of the Blacklist International, they can still show up, but no, they choose to go back. Riddler backs off with Honda Beast, leaves the rest of the team in shambles.
Indeed, and this is another good opportunity for the Thoms to take the turtle while the other members of Sunsparks really just delay and do some dilly-dallyings to distract the remaining members of Blacklist here. And Falling Storm is going to be, no, it looks like there will be no luck. But you know what, going back here, it's kind of amazing momentum at first, but then Sunspark momentum out of them, and it's slowly picking up the pace.
Yeah, wow. Just when I thought Blacklist International might actually have this game in the bag, because you know what, Ling, killing spree at around 2 minutes, this is it. That's the dream. That's the dream starter for a Ling, but somehow Sunspark's able to just come back slowly but surely from that huge deficit, and they could probably get a kill on the killer if he's not careful, but this is a show. The rest of Blacklist International are going to be backing them up, getting in good amount of kills there. That's 2 for 0 so far, and I think that stabilizes the game for the red side for now.
was just doing a pretty good job in really getting that split take. But again, look at that damage that he's inflicting onto Riddler and forces to back himself away. Way of the Dragon's going to be used to really pinch down Kilowatts with the help of that turtle attack. And it's another pick off for them. So this is a good way for Blacklist to really stabilize what they missed earlier. But then again, there are some cons in which you don't really have that ranged capacity as much as Sunsparks has with the help of the carry. Because when comes the late game, Rockhart, I think it's gonna be a bit difficult to really stop the carry, especially when he is in a very good position.
Ooh, and that right there is green with... It's showing us the advantages of having a lot of ranged heroes, right? You can clear off waves safely. You don't have to sacrifice your body. Here's my body. I'm gonna block everything and clear everything with my body. And you can get a lot of gold by doing that. And relatively, your team can stay safe and just do other parts on the map right now. Though, Blacklist International, they want blood.
Oh! Look at that Numenor blast perfectly hitting the members of Sunsparks, but you know they will retaliate it by expertly doing blast insanity all throughout. Marsa will be going back in a very fashionable way as Kupra here takes those extra kills, and Bling will be taking one for himself. And again, that is 2-1. Both of the teams got 2 kills. But in terms of that team fight, I think Blacklist has the slightly upper hand.
Yeah, that's 2 for 2. And I gotta say, Blacklist is starting to look really strong on the team fights. Their composition is now showing. If they group together, if Sunsparks groups together, that's a big problem. And Blacklist is so strong when they deathball together because of the AoE attacks, the AoE big-time ultimates that this team is currently utilizing.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? I like the rally that's been happening between Sunsparks and Blacklist International, because you know, Sunsparks, okay, like you are throwing rocks at him, but you know, Blacklist as well really, you know, knows how to respond to whatever Sunsparks is giving them. And I think this is a matter of patience to both sides of the teams because they have this mid-game potential of them. The only thing that's different is Sunsparks has the, like what you said, the range upper hand, which is with the help of carry.
Yeah, carry and force are very, very massive. Will we be able to utilize this as that might not come into play later on, but right now top lane is going to be a big fight here. Carry relatively safe here. JP can get kills without any problems so far, and the rest of Blacklist, they're now afraid to defend. Although, you have to take note, the gold is super dead even. So both of these teams pretty much have the same amount of power, just in different heroes. Going for the Lord take is going to be relatively easy. If it's 4v5 though, will be secured by Sunsparks, and the rest of the map is now open for the taking.
Yes, indeed, and this, you know, this is also the importance of having an not really dominating, but more of a control onto the map because you get to be more flexible and you get to roam around, and this is what Blacklist wasn't able to do. But going back right here, JP really on the hunt right here, manages to kill Cho and still evade Force's skill set. So that is a pretty slow job being done by JP.
Gotta say, that's super impressive the way they are playing around with this one. Sunsparks completely utilizing their advantages over Blacklist International. Now that goal lead is starting to show a bit of a difference. Forces the flicker off the Honda Beast. No more Numenor Blast flicker will be used instead to defend, but not going to be effective. However, of course, at the expense of Kelvin. Which will be able to flicker out. Look at that, flashing off that back animation, and they can now push.
Really flexing those animations back there, but you know what? They have the right to really flex because Rockhart, they are finishing this with a solid 2-0. Congratulations to Sunspark. Man.
Gotta commend and Sunsparks, man. How
Yeah.
did they pull that off? And I gotta tell you, I can already tell you how. They